Alright, welcome to the stream, everybody. Today we are going to be, well, as I put in the description, probably going to be starting with reading. So, that might not be what some people are wanting to join the stream for, but that's what we're going to be starting with. Because we are very close to the end of the game, finally. And I'd rather have as much of the knowledge as I can before going into that as possible. I think we're still on episode 8. We might be on 9, though. Either way, though, we still have emails to read through, which I think we still have, like, about 2/3 of the emails to read through. And then we have interviews, which I have not even touched yet. So, yeah, we got a lot of reading over at least the next 3 streams or so. And, yeah, I'll be starting each stream with reading. That way, I don't just, leave it to the wayside until the very end of the game after I've already beaten it. Make the events that we visually see more impactful as we're seeing them instead of afterward. So, anyway, let's go ahead and we'll just do a quick audio test by moving the hint instead. So right, left, right. It looks like it's already good. Yeah, we're good. Hell yeah.
Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. All weapons will remain locked.
Okay. So yeah, we're just going to mail. And we are not starting from the beginning, but we are starting from All About Preppers. Right here. We made rounds of the local preppers when I first arrived here with Bridges. 1. There should be some interviews floating around that the records teams transcribed. Take a look if you get the chance, which obviously we will. We were mainly sounding out the situation on the ground, and trying to convince them to join the UCA, of course. We already suspected they weren't the type to follow the herd. Why else would they be out here? Still, we found the odd community-minded soul among them. Not all were holed up in shelters by choice. Some were running from something, others had just been born into the life. Getting the few we did to throw their lot in with the UCA was a pain in the ass, though. Didn't help that the chiral network wasn't up and running them and running back then, either. All we could do was put the parts in place and promise they were going to work someday. And now they finally do, thanks to you. Could be the skeptics might finally come around now that we can show as well as tell. You keep up the good work, you hear? Get us all back on the grid. You've got to go the extra mile. Thanks again, Sam. You really came through for us today. Now, you can tell me to mind my own business if you like, but I couldn't help but notice that you've been getting better delivery evaluations lately. Looks like you know what you stand to gain if you go the extra mile. Or do you? The Bridges evaluation system will see you properly rewarded for providing that extra bit of service to make people happy. Speaking of happy, I just remembered the time you first came here, after crossing Ground Zero. True, successfully delivering cargo to its destination is your job, first and foremost. But people are demanding. They don't just want their shit carried from A to B. They want a little more, Special treatment. Something that'll put a smile on their face. Hey, I get it. It's a lot more for you. Tracking down lost cargo, returning items to their rightful owners. And it's not really part of the job description either. But you better get used to it, because standards are changing and people are only going to expect more from their porters. Anyway, it's usually worth your while. Going above and beyond is a good way to rack up plenty of likes. And hell, sometimes you end up doing it without even realizing you did. I'm serious. Next time you complete an order, take a closer look at your results. See if there isn't a symbol next to your likes which indicates that you got them for performing optional extras. You might be surprised. It may all seem like a hassle right now, Sam, but you can never have too many likes. Porter is getting it done. Hey Sam, did you hear? One of the porters I hooked up with the hermetic grenades took down a BT the other day. There was a sharp drop in chiralium density that coincided with his report, so there's no denying he got the son of a bitch. And it's all thanks to you and the UCA. It's an exchange joining up. We sacrifice a little privacy, share a little expertise, and you agree to look out for us. Not a huge price to pay, but it's enough to help the cause. A tax, if we're being honest. We pay, we get protection. Contracts alone won't cut it. We're just free riders that way. Not giving up enough. Sorry. I read that entirely wrong, which is why I paused for a second, because I was like, that just sounds wrong. We're just free riders that way. Not giving up enough, not getting enough. And if you dodge your taxes, you can't be surprised when there's nobody around to look out for you. Quid pro quo and all that. The info and tech I've received from Bridges just might be enough for me to start producing hematic grenades in bulk. If so, then who knows? Maybe we can wipe out the current crop of BTs. Of course, there's a catch. Only your blood seems to work. Don't misunderstand. I'm not going to ask you to bleed yourself dry. To be honest, I'm surprised we even got as much. We got as much from you as we did. It's like you're donating a pint every time you take a break. Well, it can't be easy, but we sure are grateful, and don't you forget it. Why join the UCA? You still out there fighting the good fight, kiddo? I tip my hat to you for that, and for bringing an old man curmudgeon. Oh, my brain just fucking filled in the blank. Bringing an old curmudgeon his medicine. I'm doing a whole lot better for it. Much obliged. So in exchange for signing a contract with Bridges, I get meds and supplies delivered to my doorstep? That's no different from the deal I had with the Fragile Express. And while I may not have full use of this here network of yours, I can access the weather data and news I need to make my life easier than before. All that without having to join the UCA, so what's the incentive to do so? And we already read everything from, quote, Peter Englert. I'm just curious how many people are in here. Still just 2, huh? Well, that's okay. This is kind of the boring part of the stream anyway. I did share this on my Discord, right? Yeah. Well, I'll go ahead and ping my Ludens. The engineer. The commencement of Evo-Devo unit testing. I know it can't be easy out there on your own, Sam, but we need you to stay strong. I've started on a few experiments with the Evo-Devo unit you brought me here. So far, things are going pretty well. I'm not quite at the stage where I can perfectly recreate objects, but I suspect that's only because the chiral network's coverage is still limited. The more places you bring online, the better my results, most likely. Anyway, I'll be submitting regular reports on my progress to Bridges. Rest assured, I'll keep at it. Incidentally, I've taken an interest in the Odra deck lately. These days, people tend to associate them with BBs, or think of them as BT detectors. But they were originally designed as more all-purpose scanners for the detection of people and various objects. Seems they've undergone quite a few changes over the years. By all accounts, many of the original features were cut at some point. One such feature would allow users to project holograms, which could be pretty useful, and another would utilize chiral connections to reconstruct past data for present-day applications. I don't believe these features are lost forever, though. If we keep expanding the network, someone's bound to take the initiative and create new and improved versions of them. Anyway, I've taken up enough of your time, Sam. We should catch up in person one day. Mules. Heroes or villains? Hey, Sam. How's that bullet gun working out for you? You putting it to good use? Listen, I've come up with a few more ideas for new gadgets since we last spoke. And Chiral Network makes it easy to share data. You can fabricate stuff pretty much anywhere. In fact, I might ask you to test them out for me sometime. It's in your interests too. What with you may be having to go up against mules and whatever other crazies are out there. But if you were to have thrown bleh, but if you do have to throw down, remember that mules used to be just like you. They were porters when the world went to hell. People trying to help people, and all that chaos and confusion. Would have been hailed as heroes if they hadn't gone batshit crazy. That's what most people think, me included. Though, I heard it might not be that simple. Might be they started out as smugglers and that's why they can navigate all kinds of hard country. Guys like that, well, something tells me they wouldn't be altruists at heart. Guess there's no way of knowing the truth of it now. Anyway, Sam, I doled out a few of those hematic grenades you brought me to some local porters, along with some blood bags. If they worked as advertised, then our people might just be able to stand up to BTs if necessary. Could be a new beginning for the whole community. Y'all could learn from Fragile Express. I remember the Stranding like it was yesterday. Craters all over. Inner city comms cut. Distribution networks shot to hell. Wasn't no local boys to help a feller out no more, let alone feds. Nope. It was every man for himself. Every man who didn't work for no private courier outfit, that is. Them ones took it upon themselves to keep on delivering the goods folks need to survive, in spite of the cost, and without hope or expectation of reward. What good's money that ain't worth the paper it's printed on, after all? Nope. Them private operators had to get by on the thank you here and there, and fuck all else. But suppliers kept on coming. Sure, a few went mule on us, but that didn't seem to faze the rest none. The country fell apart. Then the cities, till all that was left holding the world together was them. And they knew it too. Knew we'd all be screwed without them. But they didn't hold it over us. They just kept things moving the best they could for us, and for us independents out here in the huddled masses in the cities. Fragile Express and all them others, we owe 'em a hell of a lot. Bridges, though? Y'all still got a lot to prove. I don't know why the elder suddenly sounds like he's a redneck, when he does not even remotely have a southern accent. He actually has more of a foreign accent. This is weird. Whatever. All new hematic grenades. How goes the struggle, Sam? Any use of those grenades I gave you yet? I've been looking into mass producing them, actually. Took a gander under the hood, so to speak, and saw they're fitted with a regulator that limits the amount of blood they drain from your body when you're not feeling your best. Good old mama, always looking out. That said, where you're headed, the BTs are only going to get tougher and meaner. So I took the liberty of making a few modifications. They're way more powerful now, but they'll also use a lot more of your blood, which will increase the risk of anemia. Mama might object, but let's say I have different ideas about how to help people look out for themselves. Anyway, they're just prototypes, so you can't print yourself replacements yet. But they're yours for the using, so go ahead and give one a try. A heartfelt oh, yeah. I just noticed that this guy's last name is Weatherstone and he works at the goddamn weather station. Oh, shit. Weather station upgrade. You know, I'm not even typically part of the core staff. I'm medical. I was posted here to keep an eye on our skeleton crew, make sure their heads stayed right, and somewhere along the line I got roped into processing deliveries too. Anyway, before we became part of the chiral network, this place was a weather station in name alone. We were collecting meteorological data, but only over a pathetically small area. We weren't able to share it with anyone. Prior to the Stranding, They had countless weather satellites circling the whole planet, watching every move the clouds made, measuring every twist and turn of the wind. With that much data, it was easy to create forecasts. But things are different for us. We don't have a top-down view of the whole picture. But the Cupid and the network have provided us with the next best thing. Now that we can collect data from all over, we can generate more comprehensive models, which give us a much better chance of accurately tracking fluctuations in chiral density. And not only that, we can send weather reports to every city, prepper shelter, and bridges facility on the network. Now we really are doing something useful. We owe you big time, Sam. The bots are here. But is that for the best? Sam, that bot you brought us? It's a real piece of work. Takes everything into account. Cargo type, terrain, and calculates the quickest route every time. And if it does happen to run into a BT, there's no void out to worry about. If we can teach it how mules operate, it might even be able to anticipate their movements and avoid them too. Which means all the risks in human porters, the dangers you and yours face every day, well, they could be a thing of the past. Might not be a need for you to put your life on the line any longer. Time to start planning for the easy life, huh? But is it for the best, I wonder, leaving everything to the bots? Isn't that what led to drone syndrome and all that? Better to keep people involved in some respect, maybe. Same with cars. Back in the day, everyone was all about self-driving vehicles. But if you ask me, a human hand ought to always be on the wheel. Am I right? Thanks for delivering the delivery bots. Isn't that a fucking sentence? I heard you were headed up to the Timefall farm down the way. I don't know if you heard, but rumor has it they've been brewing beer. Maybe even using Timefall to speed up the process? I'd sure like to have a taste if it's true. And if they join the chiral network, I'd be able to place an order with them, wouldn't I? Of course, you can't print beer, so I'll have to rely on you again to get it here. Pity the bots won't be able to enjoy it with me. But hey, guess that's a privilege only humans can enjoy, am I right? Anyway, I'm counting on you. What an asshole. Chop chop, Sam. People get tired of waiting. What kind of porter grades you getting these days, Sam? It can't be easy trying to stand out in all those categories. I'm not going to read that. That's more about the actual process of leveling up, and I just don't give a shit. Rebuild the roads, rebuild America. I see them delivery bots are on the prowl again. Guess that means the roads are getting better out there. Used to be highways and byways running all over back in the day. There was one, the Mother Road, some called it. That was the one folks used to follow all the way west, chasing their dreams. Rebuild the roads and you rebuild the dream. Is that it? That old American classic, the belief that success and prosperity are within everyone's reach? Well, I may not be much for your UCA and your plan to rebuild the country, but if you can finally make that work, I'll raise a glass to you, that's for sure. Yeah, this one didn't have any fucking y'alls and shit like that. Why did he do that in the last email? That's so weird. I wonder if there's a reason for that. Junk disposal. Sam Bridges, I have a job for you, should you be interested. A pile of junk has accumulated near my shelter, and it needs to be disposed of. There is a problem, however. Some of the aforementioned... Some of the aforementioned waste products may be contaminated by chiralium, which means that the only safe place to dispose of them is the crater lake to the south. Should be easy enough for a Bridges man such as yourself, but it's up to you whether you should take the job on or not. It would certainly help me view you and your kind more favorably if you were to agree to help me, however. We used to pack into the theaters. I tried toying with that tablet you brought me. Such a flimsy, cheap thing, and yet it was capable of displaying all manner of video and imagery. courtesy of my contract with Bridges. I suppose it could be useful in some respects, but the experience is ultimately lacking. I long for the halcyon days, when the people would pack themselves into movie theaters, when we'd laugh together, cry together, jump in fright together, when cinema was a communal experience. But then came the tyranny of the tablets, which reshaped how media was shot. All dramatic close-ups and cliffhangers designed to draw you into the next installment. Ah! It was a far cry from the golden age of film, from when the silver screen reigned supreme. I tell you, I was born a century too late. Started using utility pouches, Sam? Sam, my man! A lot of love for you here in Port Knot City. Everyone's talking about how you hooked us up to the network and took out that BT. Makes us feel a little better about how Igor went out, knowing that he was in the company of a real hero like yourself. By the way, I've been wondering, you've been using the utility pouches? They make it real easy to carry an extra blood bag or two. And you ought to know better than anyone how much BTs hate the stuff. In fact, if you got a bag of Red on you, I'd strongly recommend popping it in a pouch. Give it a try, at least. I mean, what do you have to lose? Oh my goodness, excuse me. Folks used to have all kinds of pouches, you know? Oh, nice. I just saw that Nicholas had commented in the chat, so I wanted to go ahead and read that. Folks used to have all kinds of pouches, you know. Haven't seen much variety for a while. But back in the day, porters would rock customized backpacks decked out with a dozen or more specialized pouches. Who knows, if you're lucky, you might even find someone to design one just for you. Could be the beginning of a virtuous cycle, if you ask me. Circle. But still, why the choice of the word virtuous and putting it in quotes? Okay. It's a pun on vicious circle. But it would be cycle, not circle. Whatever. The more you succeed in bringing our people together, the more likely you'll turn up some of these old pouch designs, which in turn ought to help you in your work to get others on board. Good luck. Alright. So now we're about a third of the way. I thought we were a third of the way before, but I think it was more like a quarter. Anyway. Feeling tired, Sam? Wouldn't blame you. After all, you're not a machine. You need breaks and whatnot. Lucky for you, I know the perfect place. Some hot springs, a hop, a skip, and a jump northeast of where the junk collectors hold up. The crater digestive baths, as I believe they're called. Good for getting the bowels moving in case you're backed up. But the waters are also good for general aches and pains. Miraculous healing properties, apparently. Does wonders for a stressed BB, even. Not one that's suffering from autotoxemia, though, obviously. Anyway, you should give it a try sometime. The best damn brew you'll ever drink. Probably the only damn brew that anyone in this fucking post-apocalyptic hell will ever drink. Unless they make homebrew. Dear Sam, another long day on the road, I'll wager. Well, you know what soothes my mind, body, and soul after a hard day's work? A delicious draught? Wouldn't it be draft? What, like, D-R-A-F-T? Hang on. Oh, the British spelling of draft. Interesting. I learned a thing about beer. Let's see. I just said it. I'm not going to say it again. Where the hell was I? A delicious draft beer of Timefall Porter. We finally got to brewing up a batch of beer. You familiar with porter? It's an English ale, oh, that would explain why they use the English spelling, that's been made since the 1700s. It was popular with the couriers who used to deliver loads up and down the Thames, something like that, some sort of river or whatever. Hence the name. And the other part, well, I don't think I have to explain that. It's crafted with the finest, fastest growing wheat under the timefall. So, Mr. Legendary Porter, why not put your feet up and enjoy a tall glass of your namesake? And don't think this is the end of it. We'll be baking bread and cooking pizza before you know it. Just wait. Or just you wait. You really are unique, aren't you? Sam Bridges. Maybe it's just my imagination, but ever since I signed a contract, I'd swear I've seen you at least half a dozen times here or there. Was that your hologram, perhaps? Surely it couldn't have been you every time. Not when you came to see me bearing gifts. Nevertheless, it's hard to believe there's only one of you running around, though it's equally hard to believe that so many others could resemble you so very much. Goodness, could it have been a ghost? Or someone masquerading as you, perhaps? Oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? Well, you leave me no choice. Next time you come through, bring that Cupid of yours and make me an official member of the UCA. You're the only one doing that for people, correct? That should prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're really you. The only me is me. Are you sure the only you is you? Kick back with some Timefall Porter. Sam, thanks as always. I've sent you some Timefall Porter, the world's fastest brewed beer for Bridges' fastest runner. Hope it provides a welcome respite on a hard day. Should be waiting for you in your room. Enjoy. Delivery for a prepper. Sam, I have a delivery request for you. There's a prepper out there who's got a special talent. Calls herself a cosplayer, and she can apparently dress herself up to look like damn near anyone and anything. There's no one better when it comes to designing and making clothes and accessories, but she needs a new sewing kit to finish her current project. Would you find one and deliver it to her? I'm pretty sure she'd have something interesting to offer you in return. Thanks. The Chiral Artist. We got married. How are you holding up, Sam? You must have walked more than 1,000 miles by now. Try not to let it get to you. I'm sure it must be lonely work. Well, anyway, I wanted to get in touch with you and tell you that we got married. I know. Who gets married in this day and age, right? Through the Chiral Network, we got in touch with the priest and we said our vows, and that was it. Silly, maybe, but it seems to have brought smiles to a few faces, so thanks for making it possible. We owe you more than we can say. Please look out for them. Dear Sam, wonderful news. My daughter's getting married, or has been married. Oh, though you've probably been wondering, we're not related at all. I've never even been married, let alone had any kids. I took her in 5 or so years ago, after her parents died. She could barely speak a word of English. Her parents had been Japanese, but we managed in our own way. It's funny. Until the moment we met, I thought I was destined to live out my life all alone. But as soon as I laid eyes on her, that changed. I knew in my heart that I had to protect her, make sure no one ever hurt her, though I ended up doing that to myself by being too overprotective in the end. I've tried to make up for it. My daughter's leaving the nest at last, and I couldn't be happier for her. All I can do now is pray and hope for the best, and I'd be awful grateful if you could look in on her and her husband from time to time, just to make sure they're doing okay. Thanks for delivering the prototype. Sam, I heard you delivered the samples we provided. Thanks for that. We really appreciate it. I know it was probably weird for you, me and her being separated and all. And I'm not going to pretend I wasn't a stupid asshole about, well, everything. Anyway, I just wanted to say that we're grateful. I just hope that stuff comes in handy one day. By the way, we've got a few more designs we're working on, so if you like the look of that kit, drop by our shelter for a gander. Hopefully the things we're working on will prove useful, if not to you, then to someone. See you around, Sam. Wheat's great and all, but, dear Sam, thanks for stopping by again. I'm sure it was plain enough to see, but this farming experiment of ours has been a runaway success. I tell you what, if Amelia had never took an interest in our research, and you'd never put us in touch with the station folks, none of this would have been possible. Thanks to you two, we'll be able to provide a constant supply of food for one and all. Having said that, this life isn't exactly the one we had in mind. We came here to study the effects of timefall on plant life. We never intended to stick around and become farmers. But then we got to thinking it might be possible to reclaim crater soil, and one thing led to another. I don't know if Emily expected we'd stay here this long, and we're still keen to continue our research. We've got more to offer the world than wheat, but if we don't move on, does that really mean? Does that mean we really have become slaves to it after all? Be sure to use your otter hood. That otter hood I made for you is pretty special. I know because I tested it out myself. By putting it on, you transform into an otter. And I'm not just talking about your appearance. You literally become one with the water. Did you notice that I even put a Bridges logo on it for you? That's proof that no one else has done anything like it. I'm so happy that I'm able to help support your work. Us humans should strive to live in harmony with nature. We won't survive for long if we're always fighting against it. We need to go with nature's flow. Surrender ourselves to the natural rhythms of the world. That's what I think anyway. That's why I got into cosplay. I wanted to lose myself in a character, let the character take over. Excuse me. Some people think it's just an excuse for me to wear fancy clothes, but they're missing the point. It's an art, the art of transformation. We should all embrace our place in the world. There was a time when I tried to stay apart from it all, but after meeting my beloved, my eyes had been opened, and that's why I've decided I'm going to sign a contract with Bridges and see where that takes me. What time is it? It's been about a half hour. Have you... God damn it, 2 in a row. Have you used your otter hood? When I was younger, I was something of a professional host. I travel all over the country and speak at events, meeting interesting people and so on. In my own little way, I was helping to bring America together too. I really believe that. Sure, I was scared of BTs, but I had a lot of porter friends, so we used to travel together from city to city. They called me the wandering host. I remember the first time I was asked to take part in a cosplay event. I didn't really understand the concept at first, but that event opened my eyes and showed me how wonderful cosplay could be. Most people are skeptical, but it's something you can't understand unless you've experienced it yourself. A total transformation into someone or something else. I was an instant convert. I started running my own cosplay events, trying to get everyone else to see how amazing it really is. It was one of these events that I met my girl. Her costumes are incredible, on a whole other level. It's not just her technique either. It's her spirit, her soul. She's transcended to a higher plane. Anyway, she's the one who made that otter hood. Maybe you've already noticed, but putting that on will pretty much turn you into an otter. That's sure to be useful at some point, right? I want to share her passion with the whole world. That's why I persuaded her to hook up to the chiral network and join the UCA the next time you drop by. With my people skills and her designs, we'll get the whole country on the cosplay train before you know it. Alright, we're almost halfway there. I think once we hit the hour mark, I'll go ahead and stop reading and continue the story, because we're not really getting many big revelatory things this time around from reading. It's not like when we saw Huizinga was actually directly referenced, or yesterday where we got, of course, the final email from, quote, Peter Englert, aka Higgs. Countries are bullshit, but let me tell you a story about the good old days, back when the US of A was alive and well, and the world still hadn't gone to hell in a handbasket. We had us a president. Said he was fixing to build... Oh, Jesus, that's this one. I think I'm going to actually skip this one. Oh, shit. At least for right now. No, you know what, I'll just... Yeah, no, I'll save that for another time. I'll save that for, like, the final stream or something. Or maybe I'll just save it for the analysis. Just to kind of prove a point that it is Kojima's stance indeed. And not just me blowing smoke. Oh my goodness. Anyway. A strange light at the incinerator. This is going to sound crazy, but you've got to believe me, Sam. So I was at the incinerator. They found a body near the way station and it needed to be burned. Since we don't exactly have a team of corpse disposal guys on call, I was given the job. I've been outside more than the other guys lately, so it makes sense. Wasn't like I could say no. Someone had to do it. Doesn't mean I wasn't scared shitless, though. I don't have dooms or anything, but you don't need special powers to know when a BT's caught your scent, and I could tell they weren't far behind. I wanted to get the job done and come here, but one of the fuckers popped out of nowhere and nearly gave me a heart attack. Somehow I made it to the incinerator without getting grabbed, and that's when things got really weird. I saw this glowing thing. This light, I guess? I wanted to take a closer look, but I wasn't about to take any chances. Ah, shit. I had to get the hell out of there. I can't stop thinking about it now, though. You should check it out if you have the chance. I might actually have to make a stop over at the incinerator. Middle Knot got nuked. You probably heard, but Middle Knot was nuked about a year back. Citizens, staff, everyone and everything. Gone in the blink of an eye. They said it was a terrorist attack. Demons doing their thing. Assholes. Fragile got caught up in the whole mess somehow too, though I wasn't privy to the details. Long story short, they started screening deliveries a whole lot more thoroughly. Not that it made a difference. It was one tragedy after another. We lost half of South Knot City not long after. Half's better than all, but a whole lot of people still died, and it shook the rest of us up pretty bad. They started to wonder if joining the UCA wasn't the worst choice they ever made. And the more people said it out loud, the more paranoid they got. It festered and spread. That thinking beyond the city even. Not that it takes much for your average prepper to buy in. My brain totally read that completely wrong at first. That's why I had to redo that one. Oh my god. You might think becoming a part of the chiral network would have helped calm things down a little, but we still don't have a handle on the terrorists. It could all fall apart at any moment, but if it does, we can't let it beat us. Even if everything we've built breaks down, we've got to do what we can to patch it up. That's all there is to it. Peter? Oh, Peter. Yeah. Hey, Lois. Oh, Peter. Oh, shit. Fucking... Not even original Family Guy. It was a parody video I ended up watching where it was just them going back and forth going, oh, Peter. Fucking Peter just... Yeah. God damn it. So dumb. That and my friend Ryan and I kind of somewhat more his idea than mine co-created a thought that would be amazing for a cartoon by Meat Canyon. Oh, Peter, why'd you sew me to my chair? I don't know, Joe. I was just bored. Yeah. Peter, before you did it, why did you make sure that I could feel? Peter. It's just, oh my god. So terrible. So terrible. Fragile's name isn't Mud anymore. Hey, Sam. South Knot City lives to see another day, eh? I remember the bomb those bastards set off before. People said Fragile was working with them, but they had it backwards. She was trying to save us, just like you did. Fortunately, this time everybody knows her part in it. Fortunately, this time everybody knows her part in it. Fragile's name won't be mud around here much longer, I'll wager. It's all too easy to forget we're still alive because of people outside our little enclave. But you helped remind us that we're not alone. We're part of the UCA, which means we can't just look to the others for assistance. We've got to give back in return, too. And we will. Resources scattered by the supercell. Sam, I heard you were at Mama's place. Well, I've got a request for you, direct from Bridges. There's some cargo, rare metals, that got swept up in a supercell and ended up at the bottom of a waterfall, northwest of South Knot. We need you to track it down and get it to the city. Check Mama's terminal for the official order. By the way, we've received eyewitness reports of a small glowing object somewhere near the vicinity. Maybe that has to do with the one over by the incinerator. Retrieving it's not part of the order, but I thought you might be interested regardless. Hate to hit you up direct, but we can't leave that cargo sitting there forever, and you're the best and only man for the job. A lot of people are counting on you. Let's see. Yeah, I think we're at about the halfway point. So if I were to do it like that, yeah, we're a little beyond the halfway point now. I think I'm going to go ahead and write down what this email's subject is, and we'll go ahead and continue tomorrow, since we are going to be streaming again tomorrow. But frankly, I'm already kind of tired of reading. I mean, it should be pretty easy to distinguish because these ones are grayed out, which I've read through, and these ones are not. But I'm just going to go ahead and write it down anyway. Are we destroying ourselves? Okay. So yeah, we'll go ahead and continue this tomorrow. And let me take a look over here. We do have some more people in. Hello, everybody. Let's go ahead and continue over to Lake Knot City so we can get the story going. In fact,
Until departure. All clear.
I think there might be... Yeah, there's a private room right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and plop over there. And I'm just going to fragile teleport over to Lake Knot. Oh shit, we're on episode 10. I thought we were on 9. Or possibly 9. I thought we were on 8. Damn. Well, let's see how far we get, I guess. I know that we have a lot of cutscenes to get through at this point, but it's going to be interesting for sure. Of course, I got a bunch of likes because I read a bunch of emails, and they checked their emails and saw that I read them.
Blood collection complete. Thank you for your generosity.
Oh, that's right, I can't fragile jump because she's tired. Oh, fragile. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get Sam a shower. I was about to be like, fuck, here the emails come start pouring in. but looks like it's just a couple. That's not too bad.
EX grenade number 0. EX grenade number 1.
Oh.
Nice.
EX grenade number 2.
Well, I guess that's about it. Except I was gonna have bug glue. Because why not?
Oh. Oh.
Interesting. The electricity kind of...
Adorable.
Alrighty then. This is probably going to play a cutscene. I mean, it's a number, but it represents nothing. So it has no value, and therefore, you know... I don't know, man. It's kind of a difficult thing to explain the actual nature of it regards to math. But it has a value, it's just that that value means nothing. I guess that's bottom line what it is. Alright, let's go ahead. Right on over. Oh, there's another one right there. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Wait, it says that there's a memory chip over there. Wait, let's... There we go. Okay. Let's look for that memory chip, and then we'll go ahead and start heading on this way. And get over to Lake Knot. Cool. I guess one of the interesting things about the number 0 is that there is something in mathematics and in science referred to as the absolute zero, which most often refers to things being literally unable to actually touch, because there will always be space between molecules even if you feel touch. I think I first learned about that either in my Algebra 2 class or my pre-calculus class.
Got a moment, Sam? It's about the director. So there's no way he could have made the jump to Amelie's Beach if they didn't share a strong personal connection, right? Well, I looked, and I couldn't see one. The network should have contained something, anything, but there was nothing whatsoever. His entire life prior to his tenure with Bridges has been redacted. His name, his past, everything. There's no telling who he was. Which led me to consider another possibility. What if it isn't the director and Amelie who have a connection, but the director and Clifford Unger? And what if that connection is what facilitated the director's jump to Amelie's beach? If it's those two who have a personal history, then it might explain why Cliff is holding the director hostage as well. But even if that were the case, it doesn't answer the bigger question. How the hell did the two of them end up on Amelie's beach?
Sam, Hartman here. There's something else I'd like you to consider. A guess, albeit an educated one, concerning Cliff's objective. Somehow, with the aid of the chiral network, our individual beaches have begun to coalesce, resulting in the formation of a single massive seam. Should this process continue, there is a risk that BTs will flood across into our world, bringing about a death stranding on a heretofore unprecedented scale. Now, Clifford Unger's battlefields and my own beach appear to be unaffected by this phenomenon, existing entirely in isolation. They do not and have never intersected with others. But what if there were another class of beach, one that exists on a higher plane, that was responsible for setting this process in motion? And what if the beach in question were none other than Amelie's? Cliff may have summoned the director, but I believe his true aim was to seize control of Amelie's beach, to exploit its power over every other beach, and trigger the last stranding. It's the only rational explanation for Cliff's actions, which is why you have to stop him.
If Hartman's right, then we're in serious trouble. Using the chiral network in Amelie's beach to trigger the last stranding? That's why Higgs went after Amelie, wasn't it? If it was Cliff who put him up to it. Yeah, it all fits. With the last stranding, he'll finally have his revenge against the world that stole his life and his child. You've got to stop him, Sam. You've got to make the jump to Amelie's beach as soon as possible. Get in and get her back. It's our only hope. If you can't, then we're all doomed.
Yeah, I can't see for shit right now. Ooh! That was surprisingly unusual. Time for Vietnam, Sam. That should.
When I found out I was gonna be a father, I was so scared. Scared of what it would mean. I had to be there for you and your mom. No matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free. Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John. Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
God damn. Well, I guess it's time for another battle on the beach. This time themed around Vietnam.
Gotta be somewhere, right? Is his target blue?
No shit.
Where are we this time?
Oh shit. Hi there, Pyro Soldier. Interesting. Oh! Well, I guess that's our weapon. This music or whatever in the background is really making me want to, it's making me want to watch Blade Runner. And honestly, I think I might after this. No, what I'm probably going to end up doing after the stream is joining my friends on the Discord call. Alright, zoom past them. That? There was something flashing on the screen. That was kind of weird. Oh, that's... Well, no, I don't need them. Oh, shit. Oh, it's an invisible wall. Shit. Hiding behind the wheel. And I'm dead. Alright. We'll try and be a little bit more intelligent about this. Too bad I don't have any grenades. If I had grenades, I'd really be able to start getting sneaky.
I need you, baby. Baby. Engage hostile.
Yeah, that's not doing anything. I thought it might fill the blood bag if I were to do that. So if I'm just still, after I shoot one of them, it looks like they shouldn't actually, even though they go into alert mode, they shouldn't be able to ascertain my presence. Now they know where I'm at though. Shoot. Alright, we're going high. Fuck! What do you mean? What do you mean you used the strand?
Get my baby. I was born to fight. Baby.
Oh, I forgot about that. Fuck. I've never even used the strand.
I want my baby back.
And I didn't realize you could actually use it in these fights.
Get my baby.
Oh, he's right in someone's line of sight.
Baby, baby.
Oh my goodness, excuse me.
My name is
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do stealth.
Unga. Baby.
Wow. That's actually a lot more fun.
My baby back. My baby. I want my baby back. I was born to fight. I'll make it right. Die hard, man.
feel like I'm playing a hitman by using the strand. That came from the left. Oh, there he is.
My dear baby.
I don't remember the basics of DQD.
Where are you, baby?
Right behind you. Surprised that one didn't see me. Nope. Nope, don't get too close while in plain sight.
Time to go. I was born
Oh, that's him.
to fight. My dear baby.
And he doesn't notice the light. No got anyone to cover you with fire, motherfucker. I mean, if I had the choice of, like, here, take your fucking baby, I'd actually probably do it. Because, I mean, it's kind of messed up. I do have his fucking, his child, who he unintentionally gave to science. But I don't exactly have a give BB option.
Where's my baby?
Bill. Oh, goodness. They can't see the boxes. I'm invisible. I am invisible. Look elsewhere, friend.
My dear baby. I'll make it right.
Oh, give me that assault rifle.
Right. Clip it.
I don't even know what that means, Alvin. But I don't think Sam can get pregnant.
Where's my baby?
That's him. Fuck it. No, he'll see me.
Get my baby.
Shit, I thought that I got all of them. Fuck it, I'm running. I don't like this. Give me over that. Give me over that. I need these. I need these and not to get shot. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Shit! I thought I was out of ammo when I was trying to reload, but I didn't have to reload, so I just ended up punching. Oh no, I'm getting shot! Ah, Sam! There's another one. Well, might as well get another blood bag since I fucking used all of that blood bag. And I'm using a second one. Okay. There we go.
Disengage.
Honestly, Alvin, we've gone over this. I don't know what to think of what you say half the time.
Where's my baby?
There's Cliff.
I just want you to be happy.
There's one of his Skella boys. There's another one.
Come on back, boys.
That's a lot of weaponry. At least there's plenty of cryptobio farms, as I'm gonna call them. Habitats.
Time to go, boy.
I need you, BB.
There's
I'll make it right.
Forward, forward. Some of my fault.
I think that's a used one.
Might be. My name is
Shit! No, they saw me. They heard me. It's just you, Cliffy boy. Or not.
Light him up. Go to rally point.
Okay.
We need reinforcements.
Oh! I almost just ran face first into one of the follower soldiers.
my name is Cliff.
I'm about to fucking kick your ass out of this chat just for that stupid fucking shit you just spewed at me.
I was born to fight.
That is not what I wanted. I wanted the strand. Alright, we're going shotgun. Fuck it. Where's my shotgun? I just had it. I thought I had a shotgun. Well, I guess I had a pistol.
Enemy sighted.
Oh, fuck off.
I need my...
Shit. Well, there's all that progress lost. God damn it. Let me just say this, Alvin. It's a lot better if you don't force your humor. That was forced as fuck and really fucking stupid. It wasn't even remotely funny. It was just cringe.
I need you, Evie. I'm sorry. I need you, Evie. Get my baby. Die hard, man.
Can I be a assault rifle? There you go.
Where are you, baby? I'll make it right.
Why? I had it out. Why the hell didn't it fucking come out? That's just annoying. Fucking... Between the invisible walls and the fucking game just not wanting to do its shit, this is some bullshit. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I get annoyed with your really stupid shit, like repregnant trait. That's, like I said, legit not even a little bit funny. And it's just... why?
We need reinforcements. Move!
I get annoyed with tryhards. Which is why I get annoyed with the fucking dumb comments.
I just want you to be happy. Where are you, baby? My name is Clifford Unger. Where are you, baby? I want my baby back.
It's all my fault.
My name is Clifford Unger. Where's my baby? Where are you?
Thank goodness I got some pneumatic grenades. Now I'm gonna make sure there aren't any other. Oh wait, it's pointing this way. Aha! But yeah, I'm just gonna make sure there's no other Skeleborgs. No one likes a Skeleborg interrupting a good, delicious murder.
Where's my baby?
Where's my ace?
I just want you to be happy. Bill, get my baby. My name is
Got him.
We need reinforcements. Move.
Ah, shit. I fucked it up. So you have to turn to read fucking chat while I'm trying to
Open fire.
infiltrate.
I want that fast and found.
Alright. What the hell? Did you just see me through trees? Are you kidding me, bro?
Open fire.
I can't even see you! How did you see me? Ah, shit. That's not it. Fuck, get the shotgun out. Yeah, I can see the Snake Eater vibes, except that it's fucking broken because they can see through the fucking bushes. Which is technologically less impressive than a PS2 game that came out almost 20 fucking years ago. Yeah, but they normally don't see it, so that's not even an excuse. It's mixed double standard bullshit logic. Honestly, the detection tech is way less impressive than anything that the Phantom Pain had to offer. And that's just straight up disappointing. Granted, I realize it's not the focus, but it's still fucking disappointing as shit. Coming from the Stealth Master himself.
I want my baby back. My name is Clifford. I'm sorry. I'll make it right. I need you.
Come on.
I need you. Get my baby.
Yeah, they fucking, you know, they can see you through bushes, but they don't notice the light that's shining on them from 2 feet away.
Stay with the target.
We need reinforcements. Move.
I just want you to be happy. I'm sorry. Baby.
It's all my fault.
Shit, nope, backing out. And running. I done fucked up. some crypto violence. Thank you.
Light him up. Open. Back off. Open fire.
Or, you know, don't.
Engage on sight.
Where? Through the whale? Yeah, can't see me walking around him. But, you know, they can see me through a whale. Come, give me the fucking gun.
Give me back my BB. Strong we do. We need reinforcements. Get back. There.
My dear.
Open fire.
Who saw me? There's literally no one there. Oh. Well, that's bullshit. I couldn't see him. How the hell could he see me? Huh?
Light him up. Pick up the pace. Disengage.
Yep, I kind of figured that would happen after I saw him. I'm gonna have to actually calm down. Oh, I can't. I can't calm down BB. Nope, get the fuck out of here.
Light him up. Keep your eyes peeled. Disengage. Open fire. Fall back! Hunt it down! We need reinforcements! Forward!
Let's go ahead and calm down there. Lou's about to go into autotoxemia, and that will not be any good for anyone.
I'll make it right. Baby. Die hard, man. I just want you to be happy. Baby. Baby. I'll make it right.
Okay.
I was born to fight. Get my baby.
Okay.
It's all my fault. I was born to fight. Die hard, man. I need you, baby. It's all my fault, baby. I just want you to be happy. Get my baby. I'll make it right. My dear. I want my baby back.
Yeah, no, if that actually works, then that'd be amazing. Because obviously, as ray tracing technology works, it literally would have to be within a line of sight. However, I think the problem with that would be that it would actually be resolution based. So if you were to be at a lower resolution, you would actually have a disadvantage to someone who would be at a higher resolution.
I'm sorry.
Not just visually, but mechanically.
I was
At least at that point.
born to fight.
I need backup!
No.
Enemy sighted!
Oh my goodness, there we go, the end of the fucking boss fight. Surprisingly, that was actually less intensive as far as time invested than the previous boss fights.
Give me back my baby.
Are you clear of hunger?
Who are you?
Are you the father?
They told me your name was Sam Porter. But you were Sam Bridges. My bridge to the future. Sam, you bring people together. You're their bridge to the future. Come on, Sam. Stand up.
Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home.
Goddamn. 80 hours at chapter 11, or episode 11. This game is ridiculous as far as how long it is to just play it through once. This is akin to the Phantom Pain, no joke. Granted, I realize that a lot of the time that I should have been putting into main story, I've been putting into side ops. But, I don't know, I feel like it wouldn't have been that much less if I had just played normally. Like, maybe 20 to 30 hours less.
Sam, are you okay? I reviewed your logs. It looks like you were caught in a supercell and emerged an instant later on the other side of Ground Zero. Not far from Port Knot City.
How'd I wind up here then?
Remember Victor? He found you lying unconscious by the harbor and brought you inside.
I think Cliff might be Lou's father. He said, give me back my BB.
Impossible. Cliff was born...
He gave me this. Maybe he's trying to tell us something. Something about the BBs, maybe. About how they were made. It didn't feel like he was trying to hurt us. It felt like he just wanted to talk.
But you said you saw him holding the director captive on the beach.
Yeah. They must have some history we don't know about. Them and Bridget.
Funny you should say that. I've got something you should see. Found it in the archives while I was digging around. It's a pre-recorded message from the director labeled, "If I don't come back."
All right. This message is insurance, in case something happens to me. For Bridget's eyes only. And I sure as hell hope that's who's watching. I got a little present from Emily. Said she'd take me to the beach if I wanted. But I'd need this doll to show me the way. It's a trap. It has to be. But I've decided to play along. You've all been playing along too, haven't you? You know this mask hides more than just my face. Well, Emily's a blank slate too. No past. No record she ever existed. She's a ghost. And the thing about ghosts, I never met Emily in person. Have you? Ever seen her in the flesh, shook her hand, touched her? The original team we sent was divided into two groups. Emily was with the first, Mama and Hartman were with the second. They had no direct contact with her.
Yes. Amelie's group was wiped out in Edge Knot City. Everyone but her. Everyone who could say whether or not she exists.
Bullshit. She's real. We touched, all right? She and I both.
Well, I've only ever interacted with her hologram.
I'm telling you, I've met her. In person. Lots of times when I was little.
Yes, but on the beach.
Here's what the president had to say about her daughter. Emily was born on the beach. There her Ka remained, though her Ha came to this world. This division of body and soul forced her to spend most of her childhood in the hospital. But though her health was poor, her Doom's numbers were off the charts. Her supernatural talents blossomed as she grew older and overcame her limitations. But by the time she was 20, she could travel to and from the beach, body and all. And that's where she started spending all of her time. Now, if you wanted to get in touch with Emily, it was via hologram or nothing. The president insisted on that. I swore an oath to the president and to America. As far as I was concerned, her word was law. So when she said Emily was her daughter and the best candidate to succeed her, I believed it. But when the archives were restored, I couldn't resist testing out my access privileges. And that's how I found out. Bridget was diagnosed with uterine cancer in her 20s. and couldn't have children. You see, doesn't add up, does it? There's no way Amelie could be Bridget's biological daughter. So where'd she come from? Who is she? Is she even real? How can we be sure that Amelie is an extinction entity when we don't even know if Amelie is Amelie? Hell, for all I know, the EE theory might be bullshit. But if it's not, if she's the cause of the death stranding, then I have to accept her invitation. I've loaded my gun with hermetic rounds. Sam's blood. It connects my gun to her, to me, to him, all of us. Which means I should be able to take it with me to the beach. I'm gonna stop what she started by stopping her. One last confession. I'm just a man. No powers, nothing special. Don't have dooms, I can't repatriate like Sam either. Don't know the first thing about dying, I had never tried it. Yeah. I've been to hell. Every single battlefield was hell. But no matter how terrible it got, I never died. Because all I ever did was run from death. Well, I gotta go. She's calling for me. Bridges, don't let me down.
After he recorded this, the director jumped to the beach. Or rather, Amelie summoned him there.
He had a gun to Bridget when I saw him. Then Cliff showed up, took him away.
I thought he went to the beach to confront Amelie.
Yeah, she was there too. She was the one who got me out.
It's so obvious to me now. I can't believe I didn't see it sooner. It was Amelie who...
What happened?
The chiral network dropped out. According to Lakna, it won't be long before it's completely unusable.
So all our hard work was for nothing.
Let me finish what I was saying, Sam.
I'll tell him.
Fragile. You look like shit. You should be resting.
I know. I need to tell you something. I had a little chat with Higgs back on the beach. Didn't take much to make him talk.
You say why he betrayed you?
He said it was part of her plan.
What?
She was their leader. The terrorist void-outs, the whole extinction agenda, Amelie was behind it all.
Like hell she was.
I know you don't want to believe it, but it lines up with what Die Hard Man said. Higgs turned on me after he met Amelie. At first, he was looking to expand his territory, and I had a power he could use. At least, that's how he ended up working with me. He was no terrorist. He just wanted to reach more people. But then she shows up with abilities that put mine to shame. Hell, she could even control BTs. So Higgs decides to go with her. And that's when she turned him into her agent of extinction.
Amelie gave Higgs his power?
Yep, she made him her homo demons.
What about Bridget? You care to tell me what she was doing on the beach? You got an answer for that too?
I know it's a lot to swallow. But Higgs said himself that Amelie is an extinction entity. I looked inside his pod, and there was no BB in there. Take a good look at what was. It's the same doll Die Hard Man had. This is their bridge baby. There's this idea that the terrorists brought back BB tech and Bridges was just following suit. It's garbage. Their methods and yours are completely different. Your BB links you to the world of the dead, Their doll links them to Amelie and her beach.
You know who else had dolls like this? Cliff. He was carrying them on the battlefields. Cliff, Higgs, the director. All three of them were drawn in and controlled by this extinction entity. And who is this EE really? Is it Bridget? Is it Amelie?
All I can say is that the answers are on the beach. What she wants and why.
If we get to the bottom of that, then maybe we can still avert the last stranding.
You've got to find her, Sam.
Whoever she really is.
She's waiting for you on the beach. Hurry back east.
Sam, the connection's unstable, so I'll keep this short. We have a job for you. Fragile's condition is deteriorating. If she slips into a coma, there's a chance her soul might become stranded on the beach. She needs cryptobiotes fast. Luckily for us, Fragile Express keeps a stockpile there in Port North City. So we'd like you to grab some for us while you're in the area. All the details are on the terminal upstairs. Please, Sam, this is critical.
EX grenade number 0.
Alright. Let's get up to the top. Have a look. Let's see what this cutscene is. Probably another repeat, but maybe not.
You know what day it is today, BB? Today would be a very special day if your mommy hadn't. You're not born yet. But the more candles, the merrier, right? Soon it'll be time for you to come out into the real world. Promise. And then, we can have a real party. Well, happy birthday.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridge design.
Sam, check
Verifying
the terminal for available orders.
all weapons will be locked until departure. All
Don't forget, that container isn't airtight. You can't afford to submerge it, even partially.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I'm putting it on a goddamn truck. Actually, let's just unselect those.
order assigned.
Of course, I can't fucking recycle anything. That's some shit. Okay. Actually, shit, let's undo that one. We're not actually going to Capital now. We're going over here. Isolation Ward.
We've been getting near constant timefall in this region for a while now. As a result, everything you've built for us out here has been completely destroyed. The good news is, we managed to recover all cargo stored on site and transferred it to the Capital Knot City Distro Center. As for the not-so-good news...
Sorry, guys. Washing off the blood tonight, have tried to give you what you want. What is it that you want? Days spent with not a word to say. Routine, red light. So jump, sit and burn alive. We'd rather burn than fry, but I ain't gonna be here too long, too long. No, I ain't gonna be here for shit. Well, bitch. Oh no, this is not Octopus Bitch. You can see the edge, so I'm going for it. Of course. Oh, for fuck's sake. Climb over the 2-foot rock, Sam. I can do it while just standing. I don't even need to jump, and you can't do it while jumping. What's going on, Capote? It's a pretty late game at this point. We only have, including this chapter, 4 chapters remaining. Or episodes, whichever you want to call it. Because I keep calling it chapters, and fucking, I know I'm wrong, but my brain won't stop, and I keep saying both. Noping my way downtown, passing BTs, fuck their shit, I don't want that. I'm gonna have to stop at a generator pretty soon. I'm actually starting to run low. Well, at least I won't have to deal with mules. The mules won't come out because it's raining. Or I guess I was wrong. And they're out anyway. Terrorist boots! Oh, thank goodness, generator. Got a blast! Ah, shit. I was hoping my shitty Jimmy Neutron reference would save me from rocks, but I guess not. Really? Okay. Of course. It appears in front of me, not behind me. Oh, there's 2 of them. If Not 3 of them. There's 3 of them. All we are saying is to give peace a chance. Oof. Well, now I know why you only had 1%. I'm only gonna have 6%. If there's another fight, it's not surviving. What the hell is happening? It just became red. No. No. Come on, man. And how did I get this far away from it? Ah, balls. Like, I need to pick it up now because it's not going to survive if I don't. Are you... No. No. I can't grab it. Because of a goddamn invisible shitting barrier. Oh, I got it. I got it. Huh. That was... I was mashing it. It took a while. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting, certainly. Ah, goodness. Okay. Time to get to a building. Sam, put it away. Put it away, Sam. What the? What made me void out? Legit, what made me void out? That was some horse shit, if I've ever fucking seen any. How about you shut the fuck up, phone? Sure, throw me that too, why not? All of the items, take them! Cryptobiotes are still heavily damaged, but thankfully don't seem to be getting any more damage. Oh shit. Oof, okay, we're at 1%. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it was the cryptobiotes completely getting damaged to the point beyond beyond delivery. If that's the case, this is a shitty, unfair fucking fight. Come on. Seriously? Seriously? Alright, let's make our way over to the next building. Fucking bastards. No void outs, please. Much do not want. Oh, come on. Oh, man. Sam, come on. seriously? I'm go. Where the hell did he go? There it is, it's flopping around. Oh shit. Holy shit. I'm so close. I just need to get some crypto biotes. That's all it's left of. Shit. I'm gonna go to the next one. Holy shit. That was a close one. Why? Why? Why is the geometry killing me? Wonder if that's ever happened before. Fucking goddamn cement slab just sandwiching me between fucking it and a goddamn cryptobiote. Coral reef. Now, where's my body so that I can fucking repatriate and finish this goddamn fight? Oh, there it is. Right in the center of those guys. That was some shit, though. Fuck you. Piece of shit. See you in hell. Time to paint the walls in gray matter gray.
Yes, you did it, Sam. Oh, I could kiss you, you sweet son of a bitch.
Yeah, Sam needs some monster. And my truck got consumed, so I just need to walk. Oh wait, no, there's my truck. Haha! Give me those quadruple rocket launchers. Alright, time for what I'm assuming is more cutscene.
Thank heavens you made it. Fragile's been in a coma for a while now. But with all these cryptobiotes you brought, we should be able to bring her round. And with any luck, it'll only take a few more to get her back on her feet. You did well, Sam.
Sam.
You're back. It must have been one hell of a journey, especially on your own. But now the whole team is together again.
The whole team? Die Hardman too?
Too much traveling to and from beaches in such a short span. Chiral matter contaminated her cells, effectively causing jet lag on a molecular level. Because of that, her homeostatic mechanisms were shaken. Don't worry, she's not in any danger, but she needs some rest.
So where's the director?
He's being looked after in another room. Bridges personnel found him lying outside the isolation ward. Similar to when you came back from Cliff's Beach. Even after decontamination, she needed more and more time to recover.
Sam, you made it.
Hungry?
Thanks. Looks like you need me after all. Who'd have thought? Anyway, clock's ticking. Am I right? Sam's here. The Great Deliverer. The only one who can reach Amelie's Beach.
You're in no condition to do this. It's not fair to you, or Sam.
In my own search for Amelie's Beach, I have come to realize something extraordinary. If beaches were likened to a multiverse, hers would appear to exist on a higher plane than ours. I can walk the beaches of others, but hers is beyond my reach. It's invisible, inaccessible, even to fragile, I fear. Imagine it as a circulatory system, if you will. Each of our beaches is a single capillary. But Amelie's beach is the heart that pumps blood to the rest of us. Capillaries are subordinate to the greater whole. A whole governed by the heart, which gives direction, which dictates flow, which dictates everything, controls everything. Don't you see? She is in control. You may be able to travel against the flow and reach her, but having done so, if she does not wish to let you go, if she wishes to keep you, she can.
Fragile and Die Hardman broke free from her beach, didn't they?
I don't think it was any different from what happened to you. I didn't get out because I wanted to. I was forced out, repatriated, if you will, by her.
Forced out? Why?
This is only a theory, but... she wants you to go to her. That's her final wish, don't you think?
So that's it, huh? Amelie's the EE, and this is her endgame. Just so we're clear, if I want to stop the last Stranding and come back in one piece, I need to go to her beach and talk her out of it. That about right?
Correct. As cliche as it sounds, you're our only hope. Though quite frankly, I doubt even you can change her mind.
If you can't make her see reason, you'll have to kill her. And if you kill her...
You'll save the world, but you'll be stranded outside of it. Forever.
Might as well make it official then. You ready to deliver the package? I'll talk to her. Maybe she'll listen. But with the shape the world's in, it'll only be delaying the inevitable. Still, if it buys us time to try and build something better, a new lease on life, at least for a little bit, well, I can think of one woman who made the most of a chance like that. Nothing lasts forever, not even the world. But we gotta keep it going as long as we can, right? Patch the holes, change the parts, all that. So we can say we had a good run, that we lived.
Thought you didn't like having to handle things with care.
'Cause it was hard enough keeping my own shit together. Back when we met at the cave, the only thing I cared about was making it to the next sunrise. Sure as hell didn't care about America or the future. I was living a lie, hung up on past regrets. I was broken. But somewhere along the way, I started changing. Started meeting people that made me think that maybe it wasn't all bad. People that put their faith in tomorrow, and in me. That kept the lights on, and waited for hope to arrive. So I gotta deliver, for their sake.
Even if it means you never come back?
Fucked if I do, fucked if I don't, right? Take care of Lou.
I will.
Couldn't find a working still mother east of Port Knot City. Kid's done enough. No more.
All right. I'll do my best to nurse our little one back to health.
Okay, concentrate. Help me look for Emily. Reach for her, Sam. Feel her. I know you love her. You love her. There.
Sam. There you are. You want to go home? Let's go home. It's okay. I know the way.
Okay, well, let me, oh, shit. Well, if I just do that, that should be fine. Because it'll just suspend the game. I'll just start it up before I start the stream tomorrow and make sure that we are on the beach. But shit, I don't think we're gonna actually be able to read the rest of the emails. Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to start early tomorrow. I'm probably gonna have to start at like 5 o'clock. And it'll be like a 5-hour stream. God, fucking Kojima. Let's just take all the cutscenes and put him at the end of the goddamn game. Ah, shit. Alright, well, I'm gonna go ahead and put the console into rest mode. Because I was gonna watch John Wick with a few of my friends tonight. And we will continue this tomorrow, and I will make a stream notification for when I'm getting ready to start. Probably an hour before I actually start. And yeah, thank you guys for joining me as usual. I always appreciate it. Right. Yeah, no, I getcha. It should at least put me on the beach, and we'll be able to continue from there. I might end up loading a save from before that, and then start raiding so that we can try and get some more story before we actually finish the game. But I suppose we'll see how it goes. Actually, what do you guys think? Should I load an earlier save so that I can read before we get into the 3 hours of cutscenes? Or do you think that there's a cutscene or two that are amongst the best that he has ever made? Well, shit. I guess I'll kind of just leave it up to heads or tails tomorrow. Alright, well, thank you guys for joining me. I'm gonna head off for the night. I hope you guys have a good night or day, wherever in the world you are. This is RetroHellspawn's signing out. Have a good one.